Hi everyone, welcome to my weekly edition of Show Me How It's Done. My name is Lauren Urbonis and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. This week I have for you a very adorable card that features the meant to be dies. You can really recreate this project with any other suite, but I chose to complement it with the Storybook Friends designer series paper as well as a few of the stamp sets. So I hope you enjoy it and I hope you enjoy recreating it with me today. So if you have these dies, you're going to want to grab them and we will get started. Let me move this out of the way. Here's our card. Okay, so step number one is to grab the largest of the meant to be dies. This is going to create your card base. So the way that we're going to do that is you'll grab a piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock, and this is just a regular card size. So I've cut this at 5.5 by 8.5, and I've put a score mark right down the middle at 4 1/4. So when I run this through my cut and emboss machine, instead of centering the shape on the image, which would just cut out the center of it, I'm going to actually move my die up towards this folded line at the top. So I'm going to turn that over so you can see what I mean. But you're going to take this line, this cut line, and you're actually not going to touch the paper with it. So it's going to just rest right over top of your folded position, and then when you run this through the machine, all that's going to come out is this shape that's nicely connected. That's going to be your card. So I'm not going to do the cutting just in front of you because my machine is a little buried at the moment. I'm getting ready to pack for a conference, and yeah, I've made a mess in here, so don't peek. So that's the largest size. The second largest of the dies you're going to grab next, and that is what you're going to cut the inside piece out of. So I chose to go with Basic Beige because of course it goes with my Storybook Moments little theme and the color scheme. So I have cut myself one inside from that. Before I add this to the inside of the card, I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. I liked the stamp set, where did it go? Here we go. I like the stamp set that had the little ground with the rabbits, carrots. But if you're doing a different character or you prefer something else, there's this beautiful stone wall as well. Either one is going to look great, and you're going to stamp those with Basic Beige onto this shape. Just down at the bottom, you can see it didn't take up the whole thing, just kind of went over the bottom section there. So here's my little shape. I'm going to put this on the inside so I don't lose it because that would not be fun. Then we'll get to cutting things out for the front. Just had my nails done and I don't know where my take your pick tool is. Oh well, I will use a pen because nobody's going to see the back. There we go. There should be just a little border around that whole perimeter for you. Okay, last but not least, you need the next size of dies. So we have used the largest, we've used the second largest. We're going to use the third largest now to cut out your designer series paper. So this is the key. You want a designer paper that is just slightly bigger than this shape because we not only want that center piece, we want the perimeter piece that this die also cuts out. See, it cuts this as well as this. This is why I like these dies, and I'm really hoping Stampin' Up comes out with these in maybe a circle or a rectangle format in the future because it's brilliant. One cut and you get both of these sections. So with those sections, you can either flip this one over and have an opposing look, or you can keep it the same and just have kind of that garden shading all the way around. It's whatever you prefer. And of course, this is where your card kind of becomes your own if you decided to use a different designer series paper, which you easily could do. So for this, I'm just going around the perimeter, doing tiny, tiny dots kind of in the middle and the edges of this shape. This shape I'm going to line up exactly along the same route as my original. So she should go kind of like that. Then I'm going to take that middle designer paper and I'm popping it up on dimensionals. And instead of following the shape like this, I'm rotating it so they kind of oppose each other and have that really fun look. So just add a few dimensionals to the back there. You can pop this up right in the middle here. There you go. See? So simple. You have done 3 die cut jobs. That's it. Now you have your choice of decorating. So the other reason I really love the Storybook Friends is, Storybook Moments designer paper is it comes with 2 sheets full of little die cut characters that I didn't have to stamp and I didn't have to color and I actually didn't even have to die cut. There are so many of them in that packet and they come in all sorts of different animal form. So I just grabbed one of those. I didn't have to die cut this. I'm going to pop this one up on dimensionals and I'm noticing that my little mouse is facing the opposite direction as my squirrel. So instead of putting him on the right hand side of my card, I'm going to place him on the left here. Actually, I am going to do the right because of his tail. Look, if I put him here, his tail comes off. We're going to still keep him on the right. There we go. And for my sentiment, I really, really thought the Hello Friend was perfect so that I could have these cards on hand, but Happy Spring would also fit. And if you changed the size of the little strip that I'm suggesting you cut, then of course you could fit any of these other sentiments as well. So the strip that I decided to cut is about 1/2 inch by 2.5 inches. That is longer than what I need, but then just in case I needed to cut anything or I've made a mistake, I can just slip the rest of that under my mouse. It's not a big deal. So I'm going to pop this sentiment up on dimensionals. I stamped that one in early espresso, if you're wondering. And I'm going to pop this onto the card here. I went with very natural tones. So I did the basic beige inside, which matched kind of the shade in the back of this DSP. And then I went with the early espresso for kind of that dirt garden feel. Tucking this behind my little mouse. It doesn't want to go because there's a dimensional there. There you go. Perfect. And there's your little card. If I had a whole bunch of these, I could just make them into hexagon, like a beehive. So the original idea for this card, of course, was probably to make little beehives and to put the bees from the Meant to Be set on there. So if you have that paper or if you have these bees, you can easily replicate that idea. But I thought it was fun to show you something else and give you another way that you can still make kind of a non-traditional card for your collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider pressing that like button and subscribing to my channel. I post a new video every Tuesday at noon, and you're welcome to go back and check out the plethora of videos that I have posted for you from the past as well. See you next week. Bye.